Welcome to the Trading Raw Stories podcast. I'm Rita Pira, the host with the most inspiring stories that you ever did hear. Back in the day when the day was back, I was known as the juicing queen. I became raw vegan overnight after watching a documentary called Food Matters. Changing what I was putting in and on my body didn't just make me lose weight and have great skin, it gave me mind clarity, more energy, and over time made me so self-aware and intuitive that I vibrate on a higher frequency and level of consciousness that's turned me into a manifesting queen. I've lived like 9 lives and have amazing stories to share that may inspire you to finally leave that toxic guy you're with, quit that miserable job you hate, start that business you've been talking about forever, and at the very least, you'll probably start saying yes more often and eat more vegetables. I'm your tell it like you need to hear it and make you do it, sister from another mister. I've lived quite the life and have stories for days that have inspired women to transform their lives in real big ways. So I created this podcast to share my insane and unbelievable stories with the world to reach whoever needs to hear them. I'll bring on inspiring humans to trade stories with me, and I'll even have some live coaching sessions with listeners calling in. You're here because you were meant to find this podcast, this community, these raw stories. There are no coincidences. Everything happens for you, not to you, and I'm so glad you're here. So here we are, late on releasing Tuesday's episode because I blame Clubhouse. I legit didn't realize it was Tuesday. Like, I have a day job and I still don't know what day it is because I work from home and it's COVID and I barely leave the house and I just work every single day. So it's weird. Oh my gosh. My bad, guys. This is the first time I've ever missed an episode. So yeah, please don't hate me. I'm sorry. This is going to be a good episode, I promise. This one is all about your money mindset. And this is really interesting. It's like the craziest timing for me to do this episode. I'm going to tell you some really funny stories and some crazy stories and some super manifesting stories that are going to freaking blow your mind, especially like new ones and old ones that will just make you go, damn, she's speaking some truth here. I got to take some risks with money. So, okay, check it out. So your money mindset, right? You got to think about what's your relationship with money. Is it a positive relationship? Is it a negative relationship? How do you think? How do you feel about money? What are your thoughts about it? What do you feel about it? Like right now, think about money and feel your feelings. What do you feel about it? Do you feel it's easy to come by? Do you feel like making money is easy? Do you feel like you deserve to make money? That you deserve to be rich? Do you believe that it's possible to make a lot of money? Do you feel like becoming rich will be an easy and empowering mission? Like it's totally possible you're going to make millions? Like, do you even have that mindset at all? And if not, think about why. Think about your childhood. Think about where your money story came from. Do you have a negative feeling about it? Is it scarce? Like, do you feel scarcity or lack of money all the time? Like, do you always say, I can't afford it. I can't do that right now. I wish I could, but I can't. Just like this negative response to anything that costs money, right? Or like, do you feel that when someone is money motivated, that they're greedy, like having money is evil or greedy or unspiritual? Do you feel like it's bad to want money or to want more money? Or do you feel like you have to work super, super hard and struggle to make it? Does it come with sacrifice only? Like it doesn't come easy. You have to sacrifice to make money. It doesn't flow to you easily. These are things to really consider. What is coming up for you? Feel the feelings. Figure out where the story comes from. It's very likely in your childhood. It's very likely that your parents were talking and they mentioned things like, oh no, we can't afford that. Or maybe you grew up in a family where you could have everything and anything that you want. And so your money story might be that you have to hold on to money or save money or make a ton of it, or you're not worthy of something else. Like there are so many different stories we could have. And it all depends really, truly on our childhood. So if you can reflect and journal and meditate and just think about how you feel about money and trace back like where that feeling, where that belief came from, and then try to prove to yourself that it's not true, that there's evidence in the world that the opposite is true. And when you can find that evidence and prove it to yourself that the opposite is true, then it debunks your belief. And then it's not 100% true for everyone, everywhere, all the time, meaning the opposite is possible for you. That's how you redefine your belief system. So, what's your current relationship with money? Do you have a mixed relationship? Like you have positive wants, but then your thoughts are negative? Like I have to work hard to make money and money will be hard work. Like that's your belief. And your thoughts and just words in general, but your thoughts and what you say and what you think, they have so much power. You are speaking things into existence. You are thinking things into existence purely by thinking them, feeling them, saying them. I don't have the money. I can't afford this. It's a lack mentality. You're making your financial situation worse. Your self-worth reflects your net worth. Let me say that again. Your self-worth reflects your net worth. So if you are not making money because you don't believe you are worthy, you don't believe it's possible, you don't believe you deserve it, you don't believe you're capable of making it, there's some belief blocking you and there's a mismatch, there's a vibrational mismatch. Money is just energy. It's just a tool. Everything's energy. Food is energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your emotions are literally energy in motion. Money is energy. It's just a tool that you exchange to buy something that brings you joy. And why don't you deserve joy? Of course you do, but you have to believe that you do. So basing your worth on how hard you work can maybe come from as a child, like you were praised for working hard from like teachers or parents. And then it was reaffirmed in life, like when you went to college or you got a job, and this is how you got your sense of self-worth. So you could do something called NLP that helps to change beliefs. I teach this in my coaching. Written affirmations and mirror work. I sit in front of the mirror and I literally have conversations with myself and I tell myself all the positive things that I want to think and believe. And beliefs are just thoughts on repeat. So you retrain your brain and reframe your beliefs by thinking new thoughts. But the secret is you actually have to feel them and believe them, right? You can't just say things in the mirror or recite your affirmations or just recite your affirmations and not believe them when you're saying them. That doesn't help anybody. So what are the beliefs that you would want to believe, right? Making money is easy. I get paid for doing what I love. I'm worthy of making lots of money. So if you have a negative belief about money, write down the opposite. Repetition will reprogram your beliefs. But again, you have to believe them and feel them when you're saying them. So replace your money beliefs and replace them with empowered positive ones. So think about, what is your current money frequency? Do you get a knot in your stomach? Do you feel anxious when you think about money? Are you tense in your shoulders? Do you feel like you don't ever have enough? Are you empowered? Do you feel expansive and confident and like money's flowing and you don't worry about it? You don't stress about it. You'll always have enough. So I'll tell you a couple of stories about this, but we have to be vibrating at the frequency of wealth. You have to act as if. You have to show up as if you already have the wealth. Like feel it. Walk around this earth like you have all the money in the world. Vibrate that energy. Feel abundant. That's really the secret. Like, for example, if you are starting out and trying to start your own business, right? Act as if you already have a 6-figure business. What decisions would you be making? Embody that person, that version of you. What decisions would you be making? Would you be making choices that you are currently making right now? How would you feel? What would you be thinking about? Change your energy by showing up as if you already have all of your desires. So think about what would you do? How would you act differently? How would you behave differently? How would you think? What would you say? Who would you be hanging out with? What would you be doing? Energy is vibrating. So whatever you're thinking, it's creating a feeling. and the feeling is creating an emotion. The emotion is your energy frequency. So if you change your energy, if you change your emotion, change your belief, change what you're thinking, you'll change what you're feeling. You see how that works? So are you surrounding yourself with high vibe women or people? Are you hanging out with complainers that are always saying, oh, I can't afford X, Y, and Z, and always say no to things because they can't afford it? I feel like we all have that one friend or family member where you ask them to do something and they always say, no, I can't. Or maybe I'll let you know. I have to check, instead of saying yes, because their confidence is not there in being able to just say yes without worrying. And worrying is praying for what you basically don't want. So there's so many mindset shifts here. And this is what I teach in the Redefine Your Life Academy. You learn how to redefine your mindset, your environment, your money, your health, your relationships, and ultimately your life. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, there is a waitlist application in my Instagram bio. Click the link and you will find it there, my dear. Anyway, so I want to tell you a couple of stories. This is Trading Raw Stories after all. So my money story, I mean, basically I grew up knowing we weren't rich, right? Like we had it, we were okay, but I knew we weren't rich. And so anytime my parents tried to spend money on me or us, I'd be like, no, save it. I just had this scarcity mindset from the beginning. I was always worried, for bad things to happen. So I went into my adulthood with this scarcity mindset, kind of just believing that I could be a teacher and I could, graduate from college. I never tried to go to like an Ivy League school or anything. I just went to ASU, became a teacher, and realized that I was making more money in sales than I was teaching. So then I went back into sales. So that's when I was living in New York in 2014 to 19. And I was working in a higher education company as a learning consultant. I was working with professors and department chairpersons and whatnot. And I was basically getting them the textbooks that their college students would be using. And this is also when I became a college professor, because I built such good relationships with these guys that they were like, hey, didn't you used to teach? And I'm like, yeah, 5th grade. And they're like, you want to teach? And I'm like, yeah. And so then they gave me a class to teach, and it was public speaking. And I was like, yo, the universe is really funny, because it's definitely hinting at me like, hey, dumbass, remember, you're supposed to be a public speaker. Wake up. Let's go. This is not for you. Come on. So yeah, hence me sitting at my desk here with my microphone, because I am speaking, living my purpose. Feels good. All right. So where was I? Oh, yes. Okay. So my goal, right, for this job, I was making a base salary and commission. So if you hit your number for the year, you get paid commission. And so I was like, I'm going to manifest 6 figures. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. But I think deep down, I didn't actually believe it was going to happen. So when I got my W-2 that year, I shit you not, the universe is so funny. I made $99,986. Like just a few dollars away from it being 6 figures. It was like the universe is like, nice try. You almost did it, but you didn't really believe it fully. You introduced a little bit of doubt, girl. That's on you. Get it together. Let's go. Come on, next time. So that's an interesting little money story that I have for you, that you cannot manifest something if your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions don't line up. You can't think one thing and believe another and expect it to manifest, period. Because your beliefs create emotions. They create feelings about something, perceptions, feelings, behaviors, emotions. Okay. So then there's another thing recently about money that I want to tell you, a really funny story. So just seriously, very recently, I have invested in my business a lot, right? And I am at capacity. I'm like seeing all these different courses, and I'm like, I already know everything. I took so many courses, so many coaching programs, so many whatever. And I'm like, I'm done. I can't learn anything else. I have to start applying all the things that I've learned, because I keep learning the same things in these courses. it's because I keep telling myself with this whole imposter syndrome, like, oh, you're not good enough yet. You still have more to learn. You need this one more credential. You need this one more thing. You're not good enough yet. Let's go. Come on, do one more thing, one more thing. It's a stalling tactic because of fear. Like you're afraid to put yourself out there, so you stall. I need one more thing, one more thing. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. That's imposter syndrome at its finest. And so I came to this point where I was like, I'm confident in what I know, and I know that I'm ready, and I'm showing up. I showed up with this podcast. I'm coaching. I'm doing all these things. I've created a lot of stuff, and I'm ready. I'm doing it. But I came to a point where I'm like, there are some things that I still need help with, like the back end of the business. Like I want an accountant. I want someone who started a business, who scaled a business, who's really like there, but not like a coaching program. I want a person, an individual to tell me basically, here you go. This is what you need to do. This is how you do it. Boom. And so it's so funny how I manifested so many things this week. It's mind blowing, the magic that happened this week. I've been on Clubhouse, and it's almost like I'm on stages speaking in front of thousands of people, because I was in this room with like 3,000 people, and I raised my hand, I got called up, and I was speaking. And before you know it, every single person who heard me speak that resonated with what I said followed me on Clubhouse, and then followed me on Instagram and DM'd me, oh my God, I love what you said. Oh my God, how do we work together? Oh my God, can you come on my podcast? Can I come on yours? Like so many messages. And one person I reached out to, who's Brandon T. Adams, he's an Emmy award winning, like he has a media company, TV producer, has a book out with his wife called The Road to Success. He's actually going to be on, I already recorded with him. I'm releasing the episode next week. So look out for that. It's really good. But the reason I'm telling you about this is because I feel like I manifested this whole situation because he has this mastermind of exactly what I needed to learn: video marketing. I need help with creating videos. I need help with taking my career, my speaking. I want to start speaking on stages. Like that is what my vision has always been. Me being on Warped Tour, having a mic in my hand, that whole thing that happened, if you don't remember or if you haven't heard that episode, go back and listen to I don't know which one it is. Just go listen to all of them because all the stories connect. But basically, I realized that I was meant to be a speaker, and so now I'm being connected with people who are really well-known speakers, and they are hearing me, and they're like, holy shit, this girl knows what she's talking about. She's dope. Let's connect. Let's take her under our wings. So now I'm in a mastermind with really well-known, successful, highly paid speakers. And now I'm in Brandon's mastermind, and he's going to help me with taking everything that I'm doing right now to the next level and get me on stages and have my book done and all the stuff that I'm like next level. And that was necessary to do. But here's the money story. I was like, God, I do not want to invest another $10,000 in something. Like, I can handle this. I can do it myself. And this is actually what we talk about in the episode that we recorded about like investing in yourself and having that trust and the surrender and just like believing that, hey, I got to do this, invest in myself. It's going to open doors. It's going to change my life. Things that would not have happened, like they will not happen unless I do this one thing. The connections that you make, the things that you learn, the path that it takes you down. It won't happen unless you pull the trigger and invest in yourself, and you will become better for it. Like you will grow in ways. You will become a new version of you. You will step into a whole new level of the game. Like you will level up in more ways than one. And so I was like, you know what, Brandon, 10 grand, Jesus. Okay. I already have like so many things that I'm like investing in and spending money on and whatever in my business. Forget it. Fuck it. Let's do it. We're doing it. We got to do it. Come on. Let's do it. Sign me up. Come on. Let's go. And so I did it. The moment I made the first deposit with him, I swear, I was like, immediately I said, it's going to come back to me. It's going to come back to me so quick. And I really believed that. I'm like, I'm going to make $1 million this year. It's happening. I'm believing it. I'm putting it out there. I'm vibrating. I'm acting as if like I'm manifesting this. This is happening. And you guys are going to be watching this happen. Like I'm telling you, all it takes is you taking action, believing that it's real and possible for you, and vibrating that energy. Like I am glowing. I'm farting rainbows. I'm in these chat rooms or whatever with everybody who's like you would be intimidated by. And I'm speaking to them, with them, in the same rooms with them. They're making me a moderator. I'm just like showing up as this person that I've always envisioned myself to be, but was scared to step into out of fear of judgment and fear of not being good enough, smart enough, whatever enough, right? And so the second that I invested and I said, oh my gosh, I can't, I shouldn't afford this. I was like, yes, I can. And yes, I should. I reframed my mindset right then and there. And I made the deposit. And I said, the second I sent that money, I felt so good about it. I felt really excited about it. I never felt so excited to spend money like that in my life. Okay. And then the next day, I connected with all these different people and they're all inviting me to do this and that and the other. And I'm just like, holy shit. And then next thing you know, I'm in Tyrese's freaking clubhouse room and I become a moderator. And then they're talking about relationships and whatever. And they didn't really have it. And I was like, let me chime in. And so I started speaking about all the things that I talk about on this podcast. And women were like, hey, oh my gosh, Rita, that hit. Like, thank you for saying that. That really resonated and blah, blah, blah. And then another girl was like, yeah. Then another girl was like, yeah. And then it was like 20 of these girls DMing me like, oh my God, what you said. And I was like, there's a coaching application in my bio. Click that. And I'll give you a free coaching session. Like I wasn't able to help everybody right then and there. And so it's still there. If you are interested in a free coaching session, please go to my Instagram bio. I promise you, you will get a free session and I will help you. I will listen to your story. And this is the thing I was doing. I was hearing their story and I'm able to like identify exactly in every single part of the story. I figure out what's blocking you, where that came from, why you behave that way, where like I'm crazy intuitive, insanely intuitive, partly because I've been raw vegan juicing for like a decade. And so my mind clarity is on another level. My intuition is super tapped in. It's so enhanced. Like my consciousness, I'm not kidding. I hear voices. I realized I was in the tub the other day and you know how they say they're mediums or they're clairvoyant or I don't know what the term is where they actually hear voices. Like I sound crazy right now. I know this, but I was in the tub and for the second time, the first time I was thinking I was hearing things. The second time I literally was hearing a woman's voice, a distant woman's voice speaking to me. I didn't know what the hell she was saying, but I heard it. And then there's so many things happening, like a light will flicker or something like that. Like I know I sound crazy. I know. I'm aware, but it's true. And I walk around my apartment and I talk to my guides as if they're here. I talk to God. Like it's just engaging with your soul, your intuition, your guides, whoever it is that you believe in, God, the divine source, whatever it is. You are being guided. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to what your patterns are, what your behaviors are, what you went through in your life, where you are now. If you look back at what your thoughts and your beliefs were back in the day, when the day was back, you are probably living exactly what those old beliefs were. Your current experience is only a reflection of what your thoughts have been in the past. And so if you don't change your thoughts, you're not going to change your life. Your future will look exactly like your past or your present does. So anyway, long story, I know, but it's good, right? It's just super download. Thank you, universe. What's up? All right. So here's the thing. When I invested in all the things and the next day, like I was telling you about the coaching that I was doing in this group, I have like, I don't know how many, it was 13, 14 last time I checked, coaching applications. So that is going to be money that more than what I'm investing in this mastermind with Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Like it came back right away because I believed that it would. Like I really believed that it would. And not only that, but I've got some huge names that are going to be coming on this podcast that are scheduled for this month. Like your minds are going to be blown like by who I'm having on this. I'm not even going to say who. You're just going to see. It's going to be great. But yeah, so see what I mean? Like instant manifestations because I'm vibrating that energy, the frequency of expecting it to come back. And another story I could tell you is every single time someone's going on a vacation, oh, I'm going to Costa Rica. And I'm like, can I come? And they go, yeah. And I'm like, cool. So I'll book the flight and I'll go. I don't care how much it costs. I don't care when. It's just going to be fine. When you say yes to things and don't worry about the how or the outcome or whatever, you just say yes and trust and believe and surrender, it'll work out. It does. And this has been my life story. Not because I'm lucky, but because I literally manifest it. I believe it to be true. I expect it to work out. And I don't have like a specific expectation. I just believe it'll be fine. And whatever comes is for me. It'll work out. Everything will be great. Perfect example. I was living in Chicago and I got fed up with the weather, and I was driving to school and I was going to college to become a teacher, and it was winter time. It was brick. I was like freezing cold, got in the car, windshield wiper was going like over ice and shit. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this. I'm freezing, like teeth chattering. Like I can't do this anymore. And this was after I lived in Vegas for a little while and was in the hangover and all that stuff. So I was just like fed up with Chicago. Like I'm not doing this anymore. Went straight to my counselor and I was like, yo, I'm leaving. I'm going to go to Arizona because I had visited and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to live here. It's super cheap, nice weather, dry heat, palm trees, all the things, whatever. So I decided I was going to move, told her, she's like, you're going to set yourself back a year. I was like, I don't give a damn. You're going to put yourself in more debt. I don't give a damn. Like the money will come. It'll be fine. I'll be okay. And like I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't have an apartment. I didn't have anything. I was going to even be charged out of state tuition. Like that's wild. You know what I'm saying? Just taking that risk because I had that thought, like, I'm going to leave. I don't have to live here. Like it hit me. It's like, I don't have to live here. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I don't have to live here. I thought I did because of my family. I thought I did because of my culture. I thought I was supposed to get married and have kids and, live this whole life that was planned for me, right? But no, I loaded up my car. I drove 26 hours. I stayed on my aunt's couch or air mattress or something for like 3 days. And suddenly had this inspired thought at like 5 a.m. And I just jumped up and grabbed my phone and looked on Craigslist and had this idea to look up apartments, but like roommate situations, not to get my own place to start from scratch and have to buy furniture and all the things. So I found a furnished apartment. And long story short, that roommate that I had that first year I was there, I'm still friends with till this day. And because of him, I had the job that I told you about that I was working at in New York with that higher education company that got me to the point where I was teaching public speaking. Like, you see, all these dots are connected. It's crazy. You just listen to your intuition and you follow it. Just say yes to shit and believe that it'll work out and it's for you. You wouldn't have this inspired idea for no reason. You're like being guided and then you're like, no. Like you're talking yourself out of things out of fear of the unknown. Instead of expecting miracles and expecting magic, you're expecting the worst. They're both equal like thoughts. You could think positive or you could think negative. You could expect miracles or you could expect the worst. Why are you choosing to expect the worst? It's really like as simple as choosing the opposite. It's a choice. Just like choosing to be happy. You can choose to be happy. There are people that are homeless that are happier than people that have a shit ton of money. It's a choice to be happy because you can be grateful and have gratitude for every single thing that you have. The fact that you can walk and talk and see and hear this podcast. Like, there are so many things to be grateful for. And we take things for granted. So think about, what things would you regret losing? Would you feel like shit for losing? Would you miss terribly if you lost it today? If it was taken from you? What would you miss? What would make you so sad? Like, God, I took that for granted. You better start appreciating that shit today and vibrate that appreciation and that gratitude so much so that you're radiating love, and then you're attracting more of that radiation, that energy level, that frequency. That's how you manifest things that you want. Stop vibrating worry. Stop vibrating fear. Stop vibrating hate and resentment and anger. You're making your life shitty. Like, that is what the key is. Really, manifesting is vibrating at a high frequency of love and feeling good and gratitude and appreciating everything and expecting magic and miracles. Like, raise your vibration. And if you need help with raising your vibration, that is my jam. That is my specialty. Like, I just did the Raise Your Vibration, that 5-day Raise Your Vibration challenge. I have a free guide in my Instagram bio. Click the link, download that, sign up for the challenge. You'll be able to access the Facebook group where the videos are still there, the replays. I left them for whoever comes to join because it was that powerful. Like, people had some really serious shifts. It was really good. Go get it. And you know what else? I'm out here fighting rainbows, okay? I just left the love of my life in April, and I'm out here living a magical life. And it was the hardest thing. I've talked about this in other episodes. And if you need help with raising your vibration and you feel like, oh, I can't afford coaching, you can't afford not to, man. Come on already. Invest in yourself. Put it on a credit card. That's what I did when I didn't have the money for a Spirit Junkie Masterclass or that was Gabby Bernstein's course, or Marie Forleo's B School. I threw everything on credit cards when I didn't have it. I made monthly payments. Everyone can do a monthly payment, man. I just hired an assistant. I just hired a guy to help me edit podcasts. I could be like, oh, let me make money first, then hire people. I'm like, nope, I'm hiring people now. The money will come. I will be supported. Magic is going to happen. I'm not waiting. I'm shooting to the freaking stars right now. And I'm just going to flow. I'm going to let it flow. I'm not going to get in my way anymore. Damn, I hope this is like lighting fire in you, because I'm feeling it. I hope you're feeling it too. But anyway, so the whole thing with the story, Arizona, I was talking about that. I ended up getting in-state tuition, okay, instead of out-of-state tuition. I transferred to ASU. How? Because of the job that I had in Chicago. I was at the mall one day and oh my gosh, wouldn't you know? I was at Barbizon in Chicago, killing it. And then they called me the closing queen and Rock and Rita and all that, because I've been in sales all my life. It's my jam. Because I love people, and it's not selling. I'm not selling. It's all relationships and being friendly and nice to people. People don't buy products. They buy you. They like you. They'll buy whatever you're selling. And that's really sales. I'll teach you sales. I'll teach a course on sales. Do you want a course on sales? Let me know. DM me. I want a course on sales. I got you. So I'm at the mall. Boom, there's a Barbizon there. What? And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know there was one here. That's crazy. Of course, manifested. Boom, right in front of my face. I'm like, okay, cool. Where's the location? Are you guys hiring? What's up? I went there, met them. They fell in love with me. They're like, holy shit, when can you start? Done. Had the job, just like that. Transferred schools, in-state tuition, because the location in Chicago said, oh, she's transferring to Arizona. They counted me as in-state tuition. And then I found that apartment that I mentioned. It was like in the best area, super cheap, fully furnished, amazing guy who became my friend for the rest of my life and hooked me up with the job that I ended up having many years later. If I never moved to Arizona, I would have never realized that there were jobs like that existed. Like being able to work from home and have a territory like field sales. I didn't know it existed. I don't know that I ever would have found out about that. Like I lived in Arizona from 2010 to 14, and I had that job in 2015. I lived with him in 2010. So look at how the dots connect. There's so many more dots. Like me living in Arizona connected me to moving to New York, because if I didn't do the Vans Warped Tour thing in 2008, where I met someone in 2011, I think, 12, I don't know, on Facebook, in the Facebook group for the tour. Like it's this exclusive group. He reached out to me. He's like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Can you recommend a juicer or whatever? And I was like, yeah, totally. So then we started dating long distance, whatever. And then I ended up getting this job. I was in school to become a teacher at ASU, and I got this application. I filled it out for this one school that I was like, oh my gosh, this is my dream school. And they didn't hit me up, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I applied to one other school, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to teach. I'm just going to like hold off on teaching, and I'm just going to fly to Chicago and stay there for the summer and just hang out. And I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing. The day before my flight, I get an email about an interview for the other school that I applied to. And I interviewed the morning of my flight, like super early in the morning. And I got on that plane with a teaching job. Everybody else had been interviewing and interviewing and interviewing. I didn't even bother. Like, this is how meant I was to be teaching. I've always known I was going to be a teacher since I was a kid. Teacher's pet, all the things. Follow the breadcrumbs, follow the signs, follow what your heart says, follow where you're being guided. And if you're noticing patterns and signs and things that keep coming up, like another thing that keeps coming up for me is real estate. When I was living in Chicago, I felt like I should do real estate when I was 20 years old. And then when I was living in New York, I did real estate class, and I graduated from the class, and I took the test, the state test, and I passed it. And then I almost got with this one brokerage, and I was going to do it. But then I felt called to move to Chicago, and this whole other story. I'm telling you, I have stories for days that will blow your freaking mind. So stay tuned, because I'm going all over the place. This was supposed to be about your money mindset. But the thing is that when I was driving to Arizona, I wasn't thinking about money. I wasn't stressed about it. I was like, it'll work out. Everything will be fine. I don't have a job. I don't have an apartment. I'm driving to Arizona. It's going to be fine. It became more than fine. More than fine. It was perfect, and it was guiding me to my next thing, which apparently was New York, which made me the woman I am today. And you know what's really crazy is I actually had a big ass picture of New York City above my couch in one of my apartments when I was living in Arizona. I actually moved like 4 times when I was living there. But yeah, isn't that crazy? Talk about signs. Hello. And I never, ever, ever had any intention of moving to New York. It was like the last place on earth that I would ever want to live. And so the craziest thing is that I was feeling called there. I was feeling pulled there. I was in a relationship with somebody that was very toxic, and I knew that it wasn't going to work out, but I had a feeling that I was being guided to New York and I was going with the flow, and I said yes anyway, and my whole life changed because it cracked me open. It made me shed all these layers. It made me read all these books and meet someone who changed my life, who introduced me to Gabby Bernstein and Abraham Hicks. And I was never woo-woo before, like at all. I swear, I really was not. I would roll my eyes when somebody would say something like, oh, the universe, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, relax. Like, I swear to you, I was completely on the opposite side of this whole thing until I started to eat the way that I ate and felt really like more conscious, more aware, and I could hear my thoughts and recognize my patterns. And I healed my shit when I was living in New York. Like, I realized that I was repeating behaviors that I witnessed subconsciously between my parents, between people that were in my environment. Like, when you're a kid from age 0 to 7, you're just a complete subconscious mind trying to absorb things around you and make sense of everything. So New York basically made me the woman that I am today, because it cracked me open. It made me shed all these layers. It made me read all these books and meet someone who changed my life, who introduced me to Gabby Bernstein and Abraham Hicks and all these different things. And it just like tapped me into my spirituality and made me this version of me. Like, it evolved me. If I stayed in Chicago and never left Chicago, I would not be who I am right now. And I most definitely would not be doing this podcast. So ask yourself, who would you be if you said yes to the things that you've been saying no to? What if you just say yes? What if you just say yes and believe it'll all work out, whatever it is? What if something comes your way and you just go, man, this is coming to me for a reason. I'm just going to go with it, instead of talk yourself out of it. Try that and just let doors open. Take risks. Believe that magic is possible for you. Expect the best possible outcomes. You are worthy. You are enough. You deserve everything. Stop blocking yourself. You're not on this planet to suffer, man. You're not here to suffer, period. You're not. You know, in this whole episode right now, this is like what I was talking about. All of this stuff, this is the way I'm speaking right now, this passion and power and just like kicking you in your ass verbally. This is how I was in that group. And that's why all those women reached out and they're like, I need to talk to you. So if this is hitting, go and fill out that coaching application. I got you. I can guarantee you that if you go through my Redefine Academy, Redefine Your Life Academy, and go through each module with me, coaching, I got you. I will teach you everything that I've learned in the last decade that I've spent thousands and thousands on. That's why it's important to invest. This is why I'm investing in Brandon, because he has written a book. He has created a TV show, which I want to create a book. I want to create a TV show, and he's speaking on stages. He's being paid to speak. I want to do that. The thing is that you have to hire somebody, invest in somebody, get around people who are doing the things that you want to do and learn from them. Invest in them. So if I sound like where you want to be, I'm going to help you. You have to make the decision. I can't make you do it, but it's up to you. Your future is dependent on your choices today. You can stay the same. That's on you. You'll end up on your deathbed and you'll be like, damn, shoulda done that. I wonder where my life would have gone. The number one regret of the dying is not living their life on their terms, worrying about what other people will think, staying stuck out of fear. Don't end up regretting wasting your life, not doing the thing that was tugging at your heart. I would love to know what that thing is that's been tugging at your heart. I really would love to know. So I'm hanging out in the Facebook group. I have a new assistant who's helping me out. So I'll be posting more often. I'll be in there, showing up live, all the things. We've got a whole new plan coming your way. We're going to be all up in there. But man, this was so interesting. Share like this. I love doing these solo episodes because I just go off on tangents and these rants, and I feel like it's I'm being kind of just guided, like channeling messages for you or inspired ideas or thoughts, and that will like really, really, really kick you in your ass. But it's all love, right? Like, don't be mad at me. I'm trying to help you, and if you don't want my help, then don't listen to this podcast. I love you. So I told you some stories. I hope they inspired you. I hope that you can really like take a look at what your beliefs are, what's blocking you, where you have said no, where opportunities have come. I personally say yes to everything because I hate wondering what if. Like, what if I had done that? Where would I be right now? Like, man, so many doors have opened for me, so many amazing life experiences. I'm writing a book that's called The Universe is My Bitch and It Can Be Yours Too. So pre-order now. But yeah, if you want to start feeling abundant without spending money, there's a few ways to do that. You can, let's see, have some experiences like because I mean it's COVID right now, so you can't really do this, but like you could test drive your dream life, right? Like plan a dream trip. Just plan it all out. Go online, plan everything out, like add the thing to the cart and hit checkout, like act as if you're really booking it and feel excited about it. Like feel the energy of what that would feel like. That's the key. That's how you manifest, because you're not only just like saying the affirmations or visualizing, you're actually feeling the energy, vibrating it as if it's happening. You're tricking your brain, you're tricking your body into thinking it's happening, it's real. You're going to manifest that as a reality. Your environment. What does your living space look like? Is it clean and organized? Is it high vibe? Is it like a tranquil space? Do you have like fresh flowers and candles? Just like notice the impact on your energy, your energetic frequency when your place is clean and tidy and organized. Someone hit me up yesterday on Facebook. She's like, hey, I remember that you do Zoom calls and you help people like organize their space and whatever. And she's like, can you do that with me? She's like, I'll do a distance Reiki, for you. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. Like swapping out, whatever. But yeah, if you want help with that, we can schedule a call. It's Zoom, and I will see your whole place and I'll help you move things around. Like use what you have to change the vibe and make it feel so good. Because see, for me, like I barely leave the house because I love the vibe in my house. Like when I go out and do anything, and I can't wait to get back home because I love being home so much, because I've created the space where it's just like, damn, I don't want to leave. It feels so good here. And that's the thing why the pandemic didn't really affect me much, because thank God I didn't, lose my job and whatnot. And I had everything like set up here, and I was already a homebody. I just love my place so much that people who were stuck home didn't know how to be alone, and they were like losing it. For me, I was already alone and I felt good at home. So I was okay. And I wasn't watching the news, and I wasn't really paying attention to anything that was negative. So my vibration remained pretty high. And that's really the secret, is about making sure that your environment, what you're experiencing and who's around you, who you're talking to, what you're listening to, what you're consuming through your eyes and your ears and your mouth, because food is energy too, right? So take yourself to like a 5-star hotel and just sit in the lobby and act like you're meant to be there. Order yourself something expensive. Do it like once a month. Man, the things we blow money on sometimes, it's crazy. It's like, we justify this one thing but not this other. Like, oh, we'll pay this much money for something that's whatever, and then we won't spend that same amount on groceries, on organic food. It's crazy, because the number one thing you should spend your money on is what goes in your body, because that is seriously going to determine your life experience, your health, your longevity, your vitality, everything. But yeah, so you can also, what else? You can start wearing clothes that make you feel really good, really abundant. You can, don't save them for a special occasion. Dress up for no reason. Like I've been doing that lately. I have all these clothes in my closet that don't get worn. Like when I was living in New York, and I'm like, I'm just throwing them on and I'm wearing them around the house and I'm dressing up for no reason. And I don't care because it makes me feel good now. So I'm just doing it. And, take yourself to get a massage, get a manicure, pedicure. Don't feel guilty for spending money on yourself. Invest in yourself. Do whatever makes you feel good because it raises your vibration. Self-care is a necessity. You have to take care of you. And if you don't fill your own cup, how can you pour into others? You just cannot do that. Okay? So and the thing is too, like, if you're like, okay, how do I do this when I literally have zero in my bank account? Like, what if you're like, Rita, okay, that's all, that's nice. But what if I literally have zero in my bank account? I mean, you can get basically responsible for what your current financial situation is, like start tracking things, but trick yourself into like not focusing on the lack and give more energy to what you want to attract, what you want to reflect in your bank account. There's a girl that I met in Clubhouse. She was saying that she was $20,000 in debt. And she said she literally did nothing and manifested that was paid off. And she didn't do anything. It just like came from a source that she did not see coming, like did not expect it at all. She's like walking down the street, feeling abundant, picturing like she has zero debt in her bank account and not even worried about it. And it's like paid off. She was walking around feeling like it was paid off. And then it got paid off really quick, she said. And I believe her. So, because we had a really long conversation about it. I'll bring her on. Maybe we'll have that conversation. But yeah, so there are tricks to feeling abundant, but really it's all in your head. It is truly all in your head. And if you want more information on this and to learn more about, manifesting, clearly I'm a manifesting queen, right? We've established this. There's more stories and I can get in more detail. I haven't even shared the half of it of like the stories that I have of manifesting. I'm like an instant manifester now. It's insane. But yeah, it's really cool. So anyway, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Oh my gosh, it's 44. See, what a sign, dude. That you guys know my number is 44, right? Like right now we're at 44 minutes. The second I said, okay, that's it. I'm done, right? 44. Boom. Telling you, signs everywhere. Signs everywhere. Okay, well, that's it. So thanks for listening. I love you so much. I hope that this helped you out. If it did, let me know. Meet me in the Facebook group, the Trading Raw Stories Facebook group. You know where to find it. You click the link in the show notes. And my Instagram is @RawVeganRita. You can follow me there on TikTok, on Clubhouse. All my social media is @RawVeganRita. Okay, I love you so much. I hope this was helpful. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate and review the podcast. Show me some love because I'm loving and pouring into you. Mwah! That was a big wet one for you.